Old man following a plane crash in Columbia, Illinois. Clayton Poindexter and Mark Amoroso just won the Carnegie Medal. This year, only 17 people across the country received it. It is given to those who enter extreme danger to save the life for another. The commission says 71-year-old Michael Brenner says that Michael Brenner was trapped inside the cockpit last December when his small airplane crashed in a rural part of Monroe County. Amoroso called 911 and then both men sprinted to help. After several unsuccessful attempts to free Brenner, Amoroso lifted the plane's tail so Poindexter had enough space to pull out Brenner. Brenner's clothes were on fire, so both men patted him down and then helped him get to the hospital. Both Poindexter and Amoroso suffered minor injuries during this rescue. They now will receive a financial grant from the Carnegie Hero Fund for their bravery.